Instagram TV. If you're watching on Instagram TV, I say what's up. If you're watching on YouTube, I say what's up. Guys, today we're talking about sponsorships. One of the number one questions I get asked in my direct messages is, Mike, how did you get sponsored? Even in classes when I teach, they ask how and when and where and what. How did you get sponsored? So it's a little bit more rare than it is now. I think you see more sponsorships today. It's a huge trend. You see it in fitness. You see it here and there. So we all kind of get a gist of what sponsorship is. But if you don't, this is what sponsorship is. It is promoting a product or company and in return receiving product or money and product and money in exchange. So that is basically sponsorship in a nutshell. Part number one, you want to be a sponsored barber. You think it's really far-fetched, maybe even confusing. Well, we're going to clear that up. Number one, content. Content. What is content? It's what you're posting, whether it be a video, whether it be a picture, whether it be going live, whether it be your story. Content is important. Is your profile weird and bizarre, and is it random? And when I click on your profile, does it seem confusing? These are questions you want to ask yourself because content is key. Is your Instagram name too complicated? Is your bio unclear? These are all questions that you need to be asking yourself. You may be very skilled as a barber. You may be very skilled with the clippers. But to be honest, on your social media platform, if it doesn't come across in a professional manner, then no one's going to give a shit. Companies will not look at you. Your content has to be amazing. Are you using a high quality camera? Are you editing your photos and videos? Are you creating engagement on those posts? So content is huge, guys. The name of the game is to create attention. A brand isn't going to look at you if you're not creating attention for the brand. Attention! Nowadays, we're scrolling so fast and swiping so fast that you have about 2 to 3 seconds to grab someone's attention with your content. Okay, point number two, and that is the reason. Why do you want to be sponsored? Is it for a shallow reason, like you just want to be cool? Because you think it will add to your brand and give you more value? Whatever the case is, find out why you want to be sponsored. Find out your reason. And on the flip side of that, give your sponsors, the ones that you're trying to attract, a reason to pick you up. So find out what your value is to the brand or the company. If you do beard work and they're looking for beards, then really accentuate beard work and push that content. If you're really good with scissors and you want to get sponsored by a scissor company, really show your scissor work. Don't be desperate and just take a stab in the dark at any company, because if you're trying to get on a company that has nothing to do with beards and all you are is showing beards, then how are you going to get sponsored by a company like that? Doesn't make sense. So think about it. Your reason and give them a reason. Number three, if you're paying attention. Number three is followers. Yes, I said it. Followers. Followers.
Followers.
Followers.
Followers. Yeah, you need followers. Okay, and there is a reason I left this point for number three, because people get caught up on followers, which you shouldn't do, but it's the truth. You need them. Why do you need followers? Well, if you only have 200 people following on Instagram and you want to get sponsored, you're only reaching 200 people. Why would a company want to invest their time and energy in you if you only have 200 followers? So, you need followers. So, with that said, followers are important, but if you follow the first couple points, obviously you're going to get followers. If your content is good and if your reasoning is good and you're doing the right things over time, you will get followers. This is what will happen for you. It's okay. And lastly, we've talked about number one, having great content, number two, having a reason, and number three, having followers and developing followers over time, showing your sponsorship or the potential company you want that you are gaining followers and gaining attraction. The last thing I want to say, which really isn't a point, but more of a side note, and I think it ties everything in together, is conducting yourself as a professional. What we see on Instagram is one thing. We have these ideas about branding ourselves and displaying who we are on Instagram and cutting out some of the other stuff. But when you start understanding more about the barber industry, it's no different than any other industry. When we start meeting these barbers and going to these events and sharing the same space with them, you have to realize that that's when everything really happens. First time I got sponsored by Motive Pro, shout out to Motive Pro, one of my two current sponsors. Motive Pro met me in person. The owner of Motive Pro, named Louis Merlot, met me in person, and we clicked right away. Once you understand someone's character and get a vibe off them and understand them, that they're very professional, then it's much easier to join a brand. One thing I will tell you guys out there is that there's a lot of skilled barbers. There's not a lot of barbers who have great character and who are very professional. If you say you're going to post something at a certain time, you do it. If you promise that you're going to do something, you do it. You're a person of your word. It's no different than any other thing, you know? I think that professionalism is one of the most important factors in tying everything together. So be a professional, guys. If you say you're going to post 3 a week, then post 3 a week. If you say you're going to do something, then do it, because companies love when people are going very, very hard for the brand, because that's one thing I know a lot of companies will complain about, is that people don't go hard for the brand. If you're sponsored, you need to go hard for the brand like it's your own. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, let me know, comment on it. Also, give me some more ideas. I will probably talk a little bit more about different things to get you guys motivated. So again, guys, one more time: content, reason, followers. Follows those 3 points and you're gonna go very far. Peace.